AMC had another excellent day today. Now, I know that we didn't finish in the green, but we held very strong around that resistance level at $48 per share. But the question on everybody's mind is, will AMC stock squeeze in 2021, or are the hedge funds going to kick this can down the road as long as they can and potentially into 2022? Now, it's not that easy to answer this question because I'm just going to be blatantly honest with everybody. Unless you work for a hedge fund as a portfolio manager that is currently shorting AMC stock, you can't guess, you can't predict, you do not know when they're actually going to cover these shares and go out and buy to cover the short positions. However, there are pros, there are cons to holding and making this thing last out into 2022. So let's talk about it and see what are some of the reasons they would go out and cover their shares and cause the short squeeze to happen in 2021. So of course, if this sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. All right. Now, if we're looking for a date, it doesn't matter what sort of technical analysis you use, whether or not you're predicting based on patterns, and so on. Nobody can know the exact date that the shorts are going to cover their positions, unless, of course, you're a portfolio manager at a hedge fund that is currently shorting AMC. That's the only way that you're going to know, because that person's in control of when they go out and cover their short positions. So let's look at two things that could happen and that would lead to hedge funds covering short positions in AMC stock. Number one, they're forced to cover their short positions. This would happen in the case of a margin call. This is what everybody wants to see happen because at this point, the risk is so high for the lenders that they no longer want to be associated with lending out shares of AMC stock or lending out money that is associated with AMC stock. Why would this happen? Several different reasons. I mean, you could have different external regulations. You could have different things going on with the economy. You could have different things going on with potential restrictions and so on and so forth. But the main two reasons would be, one, restricted supply. And that's where we come in. We buy the stock, we hold the stock, we do not sell it back. And that would be evident by low volume. We're not there yet. Lower volume would increase days to cover. Now, increased days to cover is a very large risk for the hedge funds because that signifies that they are unable to go out and willingly cover their shares in AMC. Now, this is a risk that the lenders do not want to be associated with, so that could potentially cause a margin call. The second one is extremely high losses. Now, you may think that the hedge funds are already in over their head. Well, I hate to break it to you, but they do have short positions out in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and therefore they are profitable on some of their short positions. It's just the way it is, all right? They're very smart with their money, and they shorted when the stock was high. Yes, they shorted when the stock was low, and they're that much more likely to short when the stock is high. So a high price is also very likely to increase that risk because it means a higher price means more losses for the AMC short sellers. It's kind of hard to think if you're only used to buying a stock, high prices are good, but when you're shorting a stock, high prices are bad. So those two things are very likely to cause a short squeeze based on margin calls and based on forced liquidations there. So the next thing is hedge funds willingly covering their short shares in AMC. Now this gets a little bit different and this gets a little tricky because why would a hedge fund be willing to cover their short shares? And basically, at its minimum, you can go out and you can say the same reasons that you would see a margin call take place. A hedge fund could assess their own risk and they could say that, okay, days to cover are getting a little too low, and they're willing to stop that risk from getting out of hand, and they'll cover their short positions in that way. Now, the next thing that they could look at is they could say, we need to cover our short shares in AMC because we need to invest in other things, or whatever their reasoning is to willingly cover. Do I think that's going to happen? That, my friends, is something that I could see happening along down the line in 2022 or beyond, simply because Hedge funds believe that AMC is extremely overvalued right now. Now, we know that the analysts out there are putting AMC valuations around $5, $6 per share. Hedge funds are doing the exact same thing. They don't see the point in covering and closing out a $48 stock when it's supposed to be worth $6. They're willing to hold it back down to $6 and therefore make a very nice profit on it. So do I think that they're going to willingly cover before 2021 is over? Here's the only scenario in which I see hedge funds willingly cover in 2021. If they're not margin called, this is what I see. We are at a very significant level at $48 per share right now. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't bounce back down and so on. But if we break new highs, if we break out of 48, if we break through 50, and we've got very significant resistance at $55 to $60 per share, if we break through all of that, whatever the reason may be, whatever the buying pressure that comes in and shoots us up there, just that aside right now, let's look at this for a second. The hedge funds could willingly cover their positions because they're very smart, guys. They know what's going to happen if we break through that final resistance and we finally see these new highs that we haven't hit before. One, there's no technical level of resistance left on the chart. All of the technical traders out there, the swing traders, the day traders, the algorithms, they're all going to be buying because there's nothing on the chart to stop it from going higher. Next, FOMO is going to creep in. Why? Because and if you don't believe it, the exact same thing that happened back in June when we started busting all-time highs will happen again when we bust all-time highs. People who think that they're going to miss out on the squeeze, people who think that the AMC stock has already squeezed, they're going to realize they're wrong and they're going to want a piece of the AMC stock short squeeze. They will be buying. They won't want to miss out. So they're going to add to the buying pressure. Now, hedge funds know this. And they know that if we start to hit higher highs and these all-time highs, it's very likely to continue rising. So what could they do and what would be potentially smart on their part? Cover the short positions. Now, this doesn't mean that short interest is going to drop to zero, but if they do go out there and cover their short positions, that's also going to drive the price higher. So we could just see this exponential boom to the upside. AMC stock hits an all-time high and continues to rip higher. Now, this could be what a lot of people are calling a fake squeeze or whatever you guys want to label it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But AMC starts to rip higher. Hedge funds are covering. FOMO is on. Here's what we could see happen. Because the hedge funds have no short positions left in AMC, but they believe that AMC is overvalued, they're going to let it ride out for a while. They're going to use their computers. They're going to use their PhDs. They're going to use all of these smart guys that work for them to determine where AMC is stalling out, and they will short it from there. If they're bold enough, maybe we get to $100 level and they see that that's very significant, right? It's a nice 3-digit number. First time ever that AMC has been trading at triple digits, and they decide to short it from there. They will have the opportunity to short again if they willingly cover the stock. Now, what does this mean for us? Yes, that was technically a short squeeze. The demand from the short shares coming in drove the price higher. That was a short squeeze. But here's the deal. If they cover those shares in 2021 and they short it when it's high and we bounce back down, we could see the exact same situation that we had in June. We run up. There's more short shares. Maybe they go out and they cover all 100 million short shares that are out there. But they open up another 90 million short shares when the price is at $100, $200, or whatever. The shorts still exist. So it could have been a short squeeze in 2021, but it sets us up for a round 2 or round 3, depending on how you look at it, because we are in the exact same position that we are in right now. The shorts, they have not all been covered. We are still holding the stock. We did not take our profits, and that sets us up for something beautiful, my friends. A short squeeze from AMC bouncing off $100, $200, $300 per share, and so on. That is an excellent opportunity to continue making money, not only in 2021, but in 2022 as well. Now, guys, I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think that the short squeeze is going to take place in 2021, or do you think that the AMC stock short squeeze is going to be drug out even further? And what do you think about that scenario where the shorts do go out and cover some, if not all, of their positions, but then they take out more short positions at a higher price and drive the stock back down from the peaks? Let us know, guys. And if this button right here is still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. If you want to sign up for Webull, it is an excellent brokerage account, super simple to sign up, and a $100 deposit gets you 2 free stocks. Buy those or sell those stocks, keep those stocks, whatever you want to do with them, they are yours. Make sure to use the link in the description below to get that deal. ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me there. And of course, until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.